What's up, horse racing fans? Welcome to another episode of the Inside Post. This weekend, January 20th, we have a Kentucky Derby prep at the Fair Grounds. We have the Lecomte Stakes with a small field compared to some of the recent runnings of the Lecomte. A couple horses have already scratched out, so we're going to give you our best bet, one long shot play for the Lecomte and the Louisiana Stakes. Kicking it off as these races will run simultaneously to finish off the card or to end out the Saturday evening card. Now, Louisiana brings in 7 runners, 2 very good horses in Smile Happy and Saudi Crown. Obviously, there's some other prices in here or price availability with some horses that could be some value. Looking at Red Route 1 and Happy American and even 5-Star General have some value in that 5-1, 6-1 area. Definitely 5-Star General in here. Grant Forrester, Marcelino Pedroza coming out of that Tenacious. Posted a pretty big speed figure in that race. I think it was like a 107 Equibest speed figure in there. This was in a stakes, or the Tenacious Stakes was at Fairgrounds. So has some familiarity at Fairgrounds Race Course and a big speed number. However, Smile Happy and Saudi Crown are definite speedsters for their respective barns. I just think 5-Star General is a great play at 6-1. Especially if these other 2 top horses kind of go out and try to have a speed battle or duel with each other. 5-Star General could set up really nicely in here. However, out of the top 2, you look back, Smile Happy coming out of the Stephen Foster Saudi Crown coming out of the Breeders' Cup, finishing 5th and 10th in both of those. So kind of a big question mark of how they're going to bounce back. Obviously, they're getting a little bit of class relief in here. But again, they're going to face off against each other, and I think we could be set up for a pretty good race between those two. Kind of why we're looking at 5-Star General as kind of an upset pick. Red Route 1 also comes out of a pretty good race, the Zia Park Derby for Steve Asmussen. Does get Joel Rosario aboard at 5-1, so should be interesting on the price in there. Asmussen usually runs really well at Fairgrounds. Believe it's like a 40% clip. Currently, his ROI is like a positive $4 or $4. So Red Route 1 could be a play factor in here, especially getting the rail with these other 2 heavy class horses on the inside in Smile Happy and Saudi Crown. Long shot pick, possibly. I'm looking at maybe Confidence Game, Keith DeSormo, Corey Lanieri. Came out of that Tenacious also with 5-Star General running 5th in there. If you're looking for a win place show of a price horse, I think if you're going to go that route, you might as well kind of go a little bit safer bet with Red Route General if you're going to go win place show. Our play in here is probably going to be the 2, 3, and 5 of Smile Happy Saudi and 5-Star General. Hopefully 5-Star General kind of peaks or is peaking at the right time coming out of that win in the Tenacious. And the next race on the card, like we discussed in the intro, this is the Kentucky Derby prep for Kentucky Derby points for the big race in May, the Lecomte Stakes, kind of kicking off our 2024 Kentucky Derby prep season. Basically, we're going to have Derby preps leading all the way up until April, giving us those hopeful 2022 horses for the Kentucky Derby. Here we've already got a couple scratches out of this race in Next Level and Awesome Road. However, they were pretty much big long shot plays in here, leaving us a field of only 6. With that field of 6, obviously we have Track Phantom coming out of the Gun Runner. Really good horse, looked really good coming out of that race as well. By Quality Road, Steve Asmussen again with Joel Rosario, looking for that double with Red Route 1 and Track Phantom. like I said, ran big in the gun runner, got 100 speed figure in there, um, picking up some traction on the Derby Trail. Comes back in here, kind of off of a shorter layoff. Surprised this horse didn't um, try the Louisiana Derby, or kind of stretching out um, the layoff a little bit longer. Um, did run against Nash, who was in here, and I believe has ran against Latlong, number 6, in a previous maiden special race. So does have the ability to beat some of these other ones. I think, again, Track Phantom is going to have to outbattle Nash for any chance in here. I feel like those are the two heavy hitters in here, with another maiden baby and Ethan Energy. Kind of interesting look as well. Definitely Track Phantom improving each of its starts, especially out of that gun runner. Looks really good coming in here. I kind of wish it would have got a little bit longer time off. Like I said, I thought the horse was really going to go to the Louisiana Derby, but comes in here instead. I mean, the pedigree is built for this. Kentucky Derby Trail, the pedigree should be built for Kentucky Derby, or even one of the other Triple Crown races if it doesn't make it there. Definitely contender, 9-5 on the morning line. Probably going to be heavily bet just because of uh, the win in that gun runner. But I think Nash will also take a lot of money. Looking at Nash for Brad Cox, Florent Giroux was third in that gun runner stakes. And I think a horse that's going to get better with age. The Medaglia d'Oro line is really um, showing out and looking great. Um, Obviously gets Florent Giroux, the Brad Cox connection in here. Brad Cox has another one in that Ethan Energy, so that's always interesting to see the trainers adding one or two horses with one of their top runners. So kind of interesting to see a Ethan Energy as well. And that horse will be in the 5 hole at 4-1, second start, again breaking its maiden at Fair Grounds back December 23rd. 89 speed figure, has a pretty good late kick. The late pace, I believe, was like a 94 for that horse in that race. So kind of watch this one as like a late runner, one that's got some heavy um, late speed. And if we see Track Phantom going out early, Nash trying to press, it sets up for Ethan Energy. Absolutely. So if you're looking for that, sneaky second or third pick, Ethan Energy with Luis Saez, and again, Brad Cox connection, a horse that seems to be getting better or improving its speed figures from a 71 to a 94, has a big late pace figure, late speed figure as well. Definitely should set up in this style of race. And our long shot probably would have been Awesome Road. Scratches out in here. Probably going to stick with Latlong. Like I said, this horse has raced against Nash and Track Phantom in that gun runner. Comes back in a um, Oakland Park maiden special weight, and finally breaks its maiden for Kenneth McPeak, Brian Hernandez. I think 8-1. This horse is not going to probably take a whole lot of money, so we should see it probably floating up around the double digits, 10, 12-1 area. Does have that Liam's Matt pedigree, so the distance should fit this horse fairly well. Horse was beaten by Dornach in that Remsen. So definitely can run against some of the class and should be one. That's definitely going to be a price play, or it could be everybody's price play coming in after picking up a win. The connections of obviously Hernandez and McPeak usually hit at a pretty good clip as well. So, like I said, if the horse has value at 8-1, it's definitely going to have value for us at about 12-1 or 10-1. I think this is a good underneath play, especially if we kind of get some pace with Track Phantom and Nash kind of going out early with each other. And like I said, Ethan Energy definitely going to be making a run late. So there's our picks. As we said, Track Phantom looks the best in here, with Ethan Energy kind of being a sneaky play. Nash obviously going to get some respect, and Lat Long being our long shot play. Um, we thank you for watching, and hopefully you follow us for all of our Kentucky Derby prep previews as we head to the 2024 150th Kentucky Derby that will be ran in May. Thanks for watching.